What's up, Fire fan? My name's Kiahonfire and welcome to the Isle of SIPTAH. Today we are going to be looking at some really key locations here, what you can actually do on this new map and all sorts like that. So let's get into it. So here we are at the full release of the game. There is plenty new to do. Luckily, since the early access release, they've added a bunch of new camps and activities that you can do on this map that actually makes it a lot more interesting and gives you a lot to do. One of the things that stayed since early access though was the Elder Vaults, and the Elder Vaults are an absolutely brilliant thing that you can have in the game. Now, they are said to be all level 60 activities that you can do. However, this actually just correlates with the stuff that you can get in this insides of these. Now, some of these are actual level 60 dungeons that you don't want to go into early, but some other ones are not so bad. You can go in them a lot earlier. You will only be able to make the blueprints at level 60. However, you can still gain a great lot of stuff from these dungeons themselves. Now, I'll give you a list on screen right now and some locations that will show you which levels is what. Another key location will be the very top island. This is your only friendly NPC camp. This is where you can buy all your eggs. This is where you can trade in scout reports for lots of gold. This is where you can kind of buy little nitty bitty grits and bits and grits, you know, kind of thing like that. You can get food, feathers, glass, jars, anything kind of like that is right here. The middle is also very special in itself, boasting the massive tower. You can get the black ice, you can get a brimstone here. You can also get loads of metal, coal, lore story chests. All sorts in this middle area. It can get very cold and scary though here, so do beware. But this place is great for those kind of things, but it also has this area which is like your equivalent to the Library of Esoterics on the other map, which you would have found in the unnamed city with the map room. That is this place's equivalent, and that's why you can go in the tower to be able to obtain these things. So you can also get a huge amount of skeleton chests here as well. Wonderful for those, especially around the base of the tower and the entrance. You can get tons of skeleton chests, but once you're inside of here, you can go and trade in fragments of power to be able to give you those special items that you may want, to be able to get kind of recipes out of here and all sorts. You can get fast elevators, a special weapon arsenal, and some special armor and all sorts just by trading in the fragments of power at these points. It can give you random lots from each of these points, but it will be very important to come here. And one of my favorite items you can get from here is actually the new dragon bone armor in heavy. It makes a great thrall armor set. New exciting activities you can do here as well is now going to be the grey ones. They are all over the kind of savanna area at the bottom right of the map. So this area, all the grey ruins represents where they live, and you can go ahead and go to these ruins to pick up special recipes and statues such as this one, and you'll be able to get those figurines and trade them in for a special event that you can now do in the middle of this biome. The pools are the grey ones. This is where you would come to do this activity. You want to insert your figurine into these slots here, and then it will give you a boss fight to go and do to get for some cool items, blueprints, and whatever else you would like out of this one. So you can come here with your friends and do this. There's 3 open places you can do it. It will be way more risky on a PvP server, but it is something to do and is quite a bit of fun with friends. Now, this map lacks a frost forge, but it certainly does not lack volcanic forges. Yes, forges. It actually has 3 of them that you can use in the kind of dark, mysterious Isle of Dusk. Now, you'd go up to these areas and you would want to craft your grey ones weapons and items right here. Anything you like, composite obsidian can be done here also, but you'd do it in here. Usually you'd get the grey ones weapons and stuff that would show up on the crafting tab, but because this is a fresh account for me, I will not see them. But this is your volcanic forge equivalent. And if you are looking for it, it's in this kind of patch of darkness right here. And that's not the only cool thing they've added. They've actually added another new faction in here of creatures. Now, you can't tame them, but they are pretty awesome. They're kind of like a caveman faction. You can come to their camps. You can get figurines here for those grey one pools. But you can also get loads of recipes and chests and items here also. So it's quite fun to do them. You can see all the cool new scary looking guys as well. And you can go ahead and also get, you know, the special Primitive Man armor set, which is actually really good for armor, may I just say. And it is quite nice to come to these areas anyway to be able to go and get those kind of things and explore. I won't spoil it too much, but you can find these all over the Isle of Dusk for these primitive camps. And they're usually located by these kind of little black dots you're going to see. Those are their kind of homes right there. So there is a few places they do live. They live here, there. I'm pretty sure somewhere up here they also have a space to live. And that's not the only one big event place you have on the Isle of SIPTAH. You also have the Citadel itself. So this is called the Fractured Citadel over here, not to be confused with the accursed one in the middle. This place is absolutely massive for you to explore. I won't spoil too much of it, but it is a great place for finding the kind of things that you get in the storm. You come here to go and farm those out, and you can see some of the primitive people. You'll be able to get some chests and recipes here also, and it's a good place for farming some brimstone and other specialist kind of items. But definitely do give it a visit. It's a really awesome place to go to. And the other big event style thing they have here also is also the ley shrines. This is a thing that you'd usually want to do in groups. However, you can totally do this on your own as well. You just need a very good trustworthy thrall or pet to come with you. Ley shrines are very cool because they will give you some things to do with a group. Now, if you were to come up into the top chambers, you're going to go and trade in all your essences in here and make an altar base. I will link a video in the description for a better explanation. But basically what you want to do is you want to get 1,000 power in here and then give yourself a nice surge. It will be a really cool event for you to go ahead and see. I'm not going to spoil it for you if you've never seen it. But it's basically on these 3 plates, it will spawn a variety of different things, especially some really good thralls here. And you can go ahead and use this kind of event for it. You can also use these middle bits with some Eldarium in it to knock out those thralls for you, if that's what you wanted. But I thought I'd mention it because it's a very cool, fun event to do here. You can go ahead and have some fun with friends here too. One of the great things about SIPTAH as well is they have lots of camps now, including 3 of the large ones on the map, like you'd kind of have on the Exiled Lands if you were kind of looking for those. Now you have this one, which is the Ashen Core. This has Black Hand fighters all over it. It's an absolutely huge camp that you can go to. The other humongous camp you can go to is the Accursed Citadel. That's right in the middle of the map. Probably one of the hardest camps to do, considering the level of these things. They're kind of like Sumerians, so kind of base it off of that. But that's another big one you can actually do. And then we have our third one, which is full of Stygians, aka your Relic Hunter kind of faction that you will get on the Isle of SIPTAH. This is at Bastard Stand, and it is quite a sizable one also. So those are your 3 massive camps. So this one here, Bastard Stand, the middle one, Accursed Citadel, and then you have the Ashen Core over there. Now the other 2 big, gigantic things on the map are your kind of unnamed city kind of areas, places like that, big ruins that you might want to visit. There is New Luxor, and there is also the Exchalot city. I cannot pronounce it. It's just a big city that is pretty cold actually. New Luxor is actually a very interesting place because it is a place with 3 or 4 different bosses that you go through, kind of like a stage kind of thing. So you go in there, you kill these bosses, and they can give you kind of different things in each facility. One of the big kind of money bringers in here will be the Headless Judge, which is right at the end, which can give you an assortment of great things, including the Executioner's Hood and many other recipes. And then on top, of course, you have the Jill up here. They'll be able to give you the Black Blood tools if you're lucky enough. So this place is good for special weapons, special things, kind of like that. It's absolutely humongous, but it is a good place to farm specialist kind of items. Now, Exchalot is slightly different. It does have many bosses in it as well that you can find. It's a lot darker. There are a lot of useful chests around here also, but it is an absolutely huge, massive area that you can farm for lots of different things. So in a lot of these corners you get a lot of chests, and some of the upper parts you can get new bosses, such as you can get a demonic kind of wolf thing. At the back of it is also a lizardy, a lacerator is what they call them. So you have the outer vault there, and then I believe just behind it you can go ahead and go down this area and you can find the boss lacerator, which will be protecting some of its chests. That's a skeleton key to get. But this city is very good for farming kind of chests out and stuff like this. So there is a bunch to do on the Isle of SIPTAH. I didn't even mention all the separate camps that you can go and visit and the exploration that you can do. But those are some of the main events that you'll actually want to go ahead and do and have a go at, because I thought I'd definitely mention them. They're good fun and all sorts like that. Definitely go and visit all the caves and stuff, the underwater caves that you can find around the map, and all the other locations for things to do. The outer vaults are definitely my favourite on this map so far. Let me know what your favourite is if you have played this kind of map and had a go at it. But anyway, that's all I have to show today. Thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.